We also have Nirmalya Mukherjee, senior journalist, joining us live on this broadcast. A very good evening to you, Mr. Mukherjee. How do you look at the dawn of a new era under Suvendhu and under BJP, a double-engine government finally chugging in West Bengal?
I have been watching Suvendu for a very long time. He was Mamta's right hand at one point of time, looking after taking care of 11 districts. In fact, he is the only BJP leader who had administrative experience in West Bengal. Those who have won this election, none of them have the administrative experience that Suvendu has in West Bengal. Nishit Pramanik, Shukanto Majumdar, they are all central ministers. But in Bengal cabinet, he was the only person. So the BJP leadership has taken the right choice of making him the chief minister, number one. Number two, the most surprising fact is that he became the chief minister almost half the time of Mamata Banerjee. Mamata Banerjee formed his party in 1998 and came to power in 2011. So that was almost 13, 14 years. And Suvendu joined BJP in 2020 and became the chief minister in this year, that is 2026. So that is almost half, that is 14 years, and this is 6 years, a little less than 7 years. So in that way, Suvendu will definitely make a chief minister, but the bickerings that we usually talk of, usually these bickerings are not found when a new government comes to power. When the government becomes old, see the concept that was going around that they would be having two deputy chief ministers. What BJP has done in Odisha or in Madhya Pradesh or in Rajasthan, in other places in Delhi, but not in Bengal. So BJP treats Bengal in a special way. I had always been saying that BJP is a cultural party in Bengal. It is not a political party. So Suvendu is a political face, but BJP will be driven culturally from behind by different forces that want to revive Bengal's golden past, the iconic leaders, the iconic cultural personalities that we have. BJP is definitely going to, and he has already remembered Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, who dreamt of a Hindu homeland at that point of time. Suvendu will also be dreaming of a new type of homeland, new type of culture. We have never experienced. All these days, we have always heard that BJP does not belong to Bengal. BJP's culture does not go with Bengal. That was the narrative created by the leftists, a few leftists, and a few secular-minded people. I call them pseudo-secular because they did not really want to see BJP coming to power in Bengal. And so they're creating false narratives. So these false narratives have been removed. BJP got a huge amount, 2 crore 90 lakh votes this time, which even crossed Trinamool's 2 crore 89 lakh votes they got in 2021. I mean, they got 215 seats. And BJP with 2 crore 91 lakh votes, with even after so many deletions, have come to power. The gap between Trinamool and BJP might be 30 lakhs, but BJP has made up a huge gap of 60 lakhs between the TMC in 2021, and now they have got 2 crore 90 lakh votes. So it is, I must say, it is Suvendu's, not alone Suvendu's handiwork, it's a cumulative handwork. Like Mamta, when she came to power, a myth has been created. I had been all along watching all these developments as a journalist. There were 4 Mamtas, I had said, along with Mamata Banerjee. One of them was Suvendu. One was Pankaj Banerjee, one was Ajit Paja, the other was Mukul Rai, Shobandev Chakrabarty. Shobandev is still living, the remaining 3 have all passed away. So Suvendu comes as a face, as a new face, as a new dream for Bengal. So he will have to carry ahead with that dream. Bengal has witnessed long tenures with Congress, with the left, and now a different culture, a different Orientalism, Oriental culture that will be instilled in Bengal.
And so the trend in West Bengal is such that those who have been defeated in elections have never returned. We've seen it with the Congress, then the left, and now with Mamata Banerjee. But let me go across to Mr. Pratim Ranjan Bose also, who's joining us on the phone line. A very good afternoon to you, sir. You know, looking back, when Suvendhu joined BJP in 2020, everybody saw it as a gamble, but Today, he has realized the dream of the BJP. How do you look at Suvendhu's rise from being one of the lieutenants in Mamata Banerjee's close circles to now the CM of Bengal? How do you look at the journey, sir?
The promises were evident as soon as he joined, because if you remember, Mamata Banerjee challenged him at his constituency. So Mamata Banerjee, being a grassroots politician, knew the trade. And 5 years later, he realized it for BJP. I see this moment of BJP as somewhat like the acquisition of Himant Biswa Sharma. Whether he can become Himant Biswa Sharma is to be seen, but the trains are similar. And what Bengal needs, it's a very harsh politics so far in Bengal. I wish someday it will be more civilized version, but so for that harsh politics, that some kind of a face like him is suitable. Thank you.
But Mr. Mukherjee, now that Suvendu Adhikari has been elevated as the CM, what are the immediate challenges that we're looking at for the BJP, sir?
There are so many challenges. You see, BJP has already put it down in its manifesto. If you go from the other side of it, then you can easily understand what are the challenges. The promises that BJP made. The biggest challenge is that West Bengal is a debt-ridden state. Almost 8 lakh crore, if not more, I don't know the last figure, but it could be around 8 lakh crore of debt stock. So debt stock is around 40%. That is huge, if not more. So the first thing is that there are a lot of promises that have to be kept. A lot of people have voted for Suvendu Adhikari. BJP has a contingency plan. They have a consolidated plan. This contingency plan will gradually come out. But one thing is definitely sure, that BJP is going to be a new party in Bengal, if I am not wrong. Because the parties that we have seen, they are only extension counters. Like you see, when Congress went out of power, the left came in. The left did not change the culture. There was left within the Congress. The Congress was already harping on it. They only extended it. They brought some very fundamental changes in the land. And then they continued. For the first 10 years, left was doing stupendous work. Then left concentrated in getting power. And they concentrated, went to the extent of using force to remain in power in the last 2 terms. When Mamata Banerjee came to power, Mamata Banerjee ran the state as if he was running a club. She was running a club. But this club mentality, it was not like a party. I never felt that Trinamool Congress was a party. We used to call from behind that it's a fan club of Mamata Banerjee. But the interesting part of this whole issue is that Suvendu Adhikari and Mukul Rai leaving Mamata Banerjee was a big, big challenge for her. She could not have done it. And when the names started cropping up, who will become the chief minister after BJP won with a thumping majority, I always said and stuck to the point, even in your channel, that there could not be any other option. Just because Mamata Banerjee was defeated in Bhawanipur, it is not because of that. The only reason is that if Suvendu is not made the chief minister, or some other face, which BJP always springs up with a surprise, as we have seen in other states, then it would be a moral victory for Mamata. Actually, Mamata didn't want Suvendu should become the chief minister. It is more with BJP as much as with Suvendu. So her main enemy was Suvendu. She never took his name throughout the entire 15 years after 2020. Mamata Banerjee not for once uttered Suvendu's name. Always she said Gaddar, means the betrayer. And ultimately the betrayer has won. She has lost. And I think BJP is moving for a new era. Bengal is going to see a new type of government, a new vision, which Bengal has not seen. All these days, barring the left for a few years, it's all a stagnated plan. And especially Mamata Banerjee made it hackneyed by giving these freebies and what should I say, this fee culture that she developed. But I think BJP will bring something very, very original and drastic on the ground level to give something to the people of Bengal, especially jobs. Jobs, unemployment, these things are very, very important in Bengal. I was going through Suvendhu's speeches. Most of the speeches spoke of two things. One is infiltration, the crowding of unwanted elements, unwanted voters in this state. And second, the importance of jobs. So he was basically harping on these two things. I think he will definitely harp on that and just not go on for minimal approach, which has been taken by other parties in previous times.
Well, there are some Herculean challenges for the BJP, but Mr. Pratim Ranjan Bose, do you think that Suvendhu will become a regional heavyweight like Mamta, became after the left was ousted?
Well, so I'll be with you for a short while because I'm driving and about to reach my destination.
Sure, sir.
So see, Mamta is no comparison actually. Is not a good comparison. She converted the state into a ghetto. It started from the left and converted into a ghetto. And, it is good that we get out of it. We are, as a citizen, I would expect my state, I think every voter votes for change, votes for prosperity, not for fight with the center. So let us keep that part out. Insofar as BJP is concerned, I am very sure that they, coming to Bengal was their dream. And they would love, so far as I know internally, that they promised to make it one of the most prosperous states. That's the dream. So I am very positive. I'm looking forward to see that happen. Who does it, who is at the helm or not, is time will tell. But with that, the journey has just begun, and I believe that the government delivers.
That's right, sir, and we hope that the government delivers. And Nirmalya Mukherjee, Bengal has seen intense violence in the past. But can Suvendu Adhikari, from being a very aggressive opposition leader, be the administrator that Bengal wants for a change?
I think so, because Mamta was never an administrative leader. Mamta continued, though what Pratim said is correct, the Mamta cannot be a good comparison. But we have seen people like Buddhadev Bhattacharya, like Jyoti Basu, who were good administrators on the level. But the point is that they lost. Jyoti Basu did not lose. Buddhadev Bhattacharya lost. That was for some other reason. Any politician, any leader can lose at any point in time. But Suvendhu, as far as Suvendhu is concerned, I feel since he has worked on the ground, he will run a government that works. BJP in Bengal will be a government that works. You take it from me, in the next 2-3 years, you will be able to see on the ground level what is happening. While the cultural moves will always be there, the collaterals will always be there, along with the economic and the administrative part, but surely BJP will usher a new era in Bengal. That is my faith. I believe in that way because I cannot afford to be cynic, because unless you give an opportunity to a government to work for at least 2 years, you cannot afford to be cynic. But we journalists, we are always cynic that this might go wrong, that might go wrong. This advocacy and awareness issue has to be kept aside for at least 2 years in case of Suvendhu and the BJP government, to see that BJP is a government that works. Buddhadev Bhattacharya gave the slogan, "Do it now." So now this government, I think they have a long-term plan, because Mamta's government was moving with a short-term plan. And therefore, if BJP stays here for another 2 or 3 terms or 4 terms, that is, BJP is a long-haul party. BJP waits and BJP does its work. BJP did it in Bengal. It was waiting on the lines, and they knew from the very beginning that Mamta was surviving with a fragmented opposition. And they emerged as a consolidated opposition in 2021. And after that, they dislodged Mamta in 2026. That is their ability. They had done it and they will do it. And so it will be a government, again, please mark my words, it will be a government that works.
All those TMC leaders who are embroiled in various, scams, corruption, what happens to all of them? There's a ticking time bomb now on top of their head.
So I'll tell you, these are only the collaterals. This is not part of the government team finding out. This government is not going to be a witch hunting government.
But they said that Bengal will be corruption free, sir. So
Yes.
corruption free
So
means
if
all those
they
who are
want-
accused, all those who were shielded and given a safe haven in the TMC.
Definitely, what you are saying is correct. Bengal will be corruption free, but that word, when they say it will be corruption free, means Bengal leaders, BJP leaders, will stay away from corruption as much as possible. They will not be encouraged. What Mr. Amit Shah said about Mr. Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, that in the last 13, 14 years, you have not found a single corruption charge against this man. So BJP moves with this issue, and the corruption charges, the files that were embedded during Mamta's time, that will definitely surface. That is not part of witch hunting. If somebody considers that is witch hunting, it is not witch hunting. Actually, it is only a continuation of a process that will have to be carried out by BJP, alongside BJP remaining as pure as possible to run the government and be corruption free. This corruption free word has been used for the BJP supporters, BJP cadres and BJP leaders. It is not for the Trinamool. They have been proved to be corrupt in some cases. 37 of their leaders have gone behind bars. I hope BJP does not follow that. So BJP knows it very well that when we have come to power, we have to clean our own stable, keep our own stable clean, so that corruption does not touch. So BJP moves in that way only. It's a fantastic party that plays ball with things and is always reinventing itself. Like, it is not archaic in structure.
That's right, sir. Bengal wanted change. Change is finally here, and it's just a matter of time before the new government is sworn in. But, sir, a quick question, a yes or no question. Is this the beginning of the end of Mamta Banerjee's political career?
In my opinion, Mamta will not be able to hold back her party.
Okay,
because
so
there
you're
are
saying
too
a
many aspirations.
comeback from Mamta Banerjee is not possible at all.
It's very difficult, though she's saying that
Right.
she will bounce back. Now she has to find a berth in the national level to make a berth.
And
in
that
the
remains
state
a
level.
distant dream of Mamta Banerjee, sir. And unfortunately, we've run out of time. But what a riveting conversation
much.
with you, Mr. Nirmalya Mukherjee. Thank you for joining us on this broadcast.